Penguin presents The Last Lullaby by Carin Gerhardsen, translated by Paul Norlian and read by Candida Gubbins. March 2008, late Saturday night. For a moment it sounded like the cawing of a bird. Then there was silence. The body was heavy in his arms, and in the bathroom mirror he could see how her head fell backwards towards his chest. Leaning back unnaturally with closed eyes and mouth wide open, she could have fallen asleep like that on the bus. Perhaps the uncomfortable position would make her jerk awake, and then she would fall asleep again, wake up, fall asleep, wake up. But no. The gaping cut across her throat and the blood pumping more and more slowly out of it bore witness to something else. This woman would never wake up again. He wiped off the blade of the hunting knife on his jeans and set it on the sink. Then, with minimal exertion, he tossed her up into his arms, his right arm under her knees and the left behind her shoulders and neck. He carried the dainty body through the bathroom door and into the bedroom, where he carefully set her down on the double bed beside the two sleeping children. With quiet, deliberate steps he returned to the bathroom to retrieve his weapon. The girl, lying between her mother and her older brother, was disturbed by the movement in the bed, whimpered, and started groping for her mouth with her thumb. Just as it reached its target, he was back with the hunting knife, and without a moment's hesitation he cut the girl's slender throat with a single motion. She did not let out a sound. Her big brother's calm breathing was all that could be heard in the room. He himself was hardly breathing at all. He stood quietly for several seconds and watched the blood running out of the little body. Then he quickly made his way around to the other side of the bed and leaned over the soundly sleeping boy, before ending that young life too, with a single cut across the throat. Tuesday morning. At first sight, Detective Inspector Connie Sherbury thought they looked like they were asleep. The little girl enchantingly sweet with her thumb in her mouth, and the boy close beside her, completely relaxed on his back. But the unnatural position of their heads in relation to the bodies quickly undeceived him. And as his eyes grew used to the darkness, he could make out the large quantities of blood that had now dried into the sheets and on the three bodies. The slit throats were actually more than he could take, but Sherbury forced himself to observe the macabre scene for almost a minute before he turned his eyes away. The boy could be about 5, like his own Maya. The girl a year or two younger, perhaps the same age as his twin sons. Jens Sandén came to stand beside him, with his back towards the dead bodies. He spoke quietly, leaning forward a little, with his mouth so close to Sherbury's ear that he could feel the words against his skin. They get to be together anyway. What kind of person could... We have to see it that way, Sandén interrupted. Mother and children got to die together. It must have happened quickly, Sherbury mumbled. It looks like the children didn't even wake up. There was a clatter as Petra Westman managed to get the blind to go up. Grey March light streamed in, and the scene was suddenly starkly clear. Sandén glanced towards the bed. Neither of the children were under the covers. Both had pyjamas on. The boys were red with a black spider web on the trousers and a picture of Spider-Man on the chest. The girls light blue with little teddy bears. The woman was dressed in jeans and a white close-fitting tunic shirt with a vest underneath. Her feet were bare, with transparent polish on the toenails. There's a lot of blood in the bathroom, said Sandén, gesturing towards the open door, and on the floor all the way from there and up to the bed. He killed the woman first, Sherbury commented, while the children were sleeping in her bed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?